This is the Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And what else would I talk about? I'm your host, Max Wester's.
I'm your host who already hates one of the takes, Davis Bates.
This episode, we're going over the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
If you're a follower of the podcast, we do weekly anime reviews, recaps, and weekly manga recaps. So obviously, we have strong opinions on the Anime Awards.
Yes.
We actually have a podcast where we predicted what we thought would be the winners.
Yeah, go check that out. It's on YouTube, anywhere we find podcasts, up there as well.
And we would be doing a punishment for the loser. I said on the last podcast, I can't remember what I said.
Yeah, I'll try and watch the video.
But I'm pretty sure what I said is, even if it's not this, I think we should do this, is the loser of this, which I really don't know, looking at the winners, who the winner and loser is.
Yeah.
We both might be losers, so if we tie, how about we both have to do it?
Sure.
I think one of our weekly manga reviews, recaps, or animes, you have to eat spicy food during it.
I feel like the punishment was eating something before, yeah.
Yeah, and I think spicy food would be good. Obviously, degree of spiciness depends on the person. Obviously,
I'm gonna eat spicy food on camera. With
Yeah.
Me. All right. Okay,
while we're doing
all
the
right.
review,
Okay,
and obviously,
all
I'll eat
right.
something a little spicier because I like spicier food than you.
Yes.
So even though I look just as ridiculous as spicy food, so I think it will be funny. Just trying to talk about a manga
Sounds good to
recap,
me.
and,
I'm down for that.
And then Luffy was like,
Yeah, this could be intense. Yeah,
No.
sure.
We have those habanero peppers for a reason.
Yeah, those are gonna be rough. Do you know I accidentally? I was like, I didn't realize how hot they were gonna be, and I ate one, and I was like, I can't swallow this.
When was this?
This was like weeks ago, right? Probably
Why did you ask me?
Because I was just like, I was hungry one day, and you hadn't like used them in a few days, and I was like, this looks like, this is like a little pepper real fast. This will be nothing. And then I spun the bag around, and I was like, and then I couldn't even swallow it. I was like, I gotta spit this out right now. And
Yeah,
then I
it's
was
a
just
good
like,
one.
for the next 10 minutes, I was like,
They're hot. They're super hot. They're a very hot pepper.
they
Yeah.
burned the shit out of me.
I wish I was there for that.
I think you were in your room. I was like, he can't. Don't
That
leave.
is
You will make so much fun of me.
hilarious. I mean, that's really funny. My older brother did that one time.
Really?
Adam, my dad was like, "Oh yeah, I got some peppers," and Adam's like, "Oh sweet," and he grabbed one. And he bit him, and my dad's like, "No, those are habaneros." And my brother was like, and then just shot up and just took a bunch of milk. We don't really have anything. I guess yogurt would have been.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Should have
I
tossed
just,
some yogurt on, or peanut butter. Actually, is a good thing to put on.
I didn't
there.
know peanut butter. Yeah, I
Yeah.
should have downed a bunch of peanut butter.
Yeah.
We always have peanut butter.
Anything that coats the tongue and can keep it cool. That's why water and stuff doesn't really
Don't
work.
really work. Yeah,
Because it just goes
doesn't
over
really
it.
work. I'll get Rammer Davis.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. Good to know that. Not an entire bottle of creamer.
Did you take a bunch of
No,
creamer?
but
we had to
pretty
bomb.
much done that in the past. Yeah.
But let's hop into this. So here's what we're gonna do. So we picked, if you go back and watch, but you're probably not because you're here just to see the winners. We picked who we thought was gonna win. We each took turns, and we'll get a point for each one. We're not gonna do locks or anything like that complicated. But obviously, we're gonna have opinions on things that are picked. There's gonna be certain categories we're gonna go over real quick, just because it made sense. There's ones we're going to have hardcore opinions on, and there's some that will probably take a majority of the podcast of us talking about.
Yeah.
So we're going to hop right into it. We didn't do any of the voice acting stuff because...
Yeah. Well.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did. Let's see. We did English voice.
Okay.
We did. Yeah, we English voice. We skipped the Japanese one because we couldn't. There's no way we'd be able to.
Okay. Where's English voice? I did not know we did English voice.
Because yeah, we came out swinging with that one. Yeah.
Okay. So that's
Should be the bottom. Of the
Yeah.
list.
Okay. Best English voice actor. Who did I pick?
We both said Freerun.
All right, because it was the actress. That's what we picked, Mallory Roadkey. However, it's not Freerun who won. It's Alex Lee as Sung Jinwoo. Yes, Freerun's amazing voice actress did not win that one.
What?
Yeah,
Sung Jin-woo. What?
Yeah. Once again, we didn't watch it in English, so I have really no opinion on it.
No, I've seen it in English. Hers is better.
I don't disagree.
I don't know the vast majority of the winners. I know the winner, and I'm already pissed about it. Just to let you know,
that's not the worst thing that's on that you're going to experience.
Cool, awesome. So we both missed that one. So.
Yeah, and that's incorrect once again. However, he has done a good job, but Freerun's voice actor in English is incredible.
Yeah, facts.
All right, so that was the English voice actor, so no points there. All right, so okay, then best anime ending sequence.
Ending sequence. Okay, I picked Dandadans, which is Tai Dada.
Yep.
And you picked Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, Nobody by One Republic. And the winner is Request by K-Rage from Solo Leveling.
Oh no. Is this the entire awards? Oh, that's gonna be so
By the way,
annoying.
this is all technically Solo Leveling Season 1.
Season 1.
It better be, if it is both, it shouldn't be, because that's not how Control has ever worked. But if it ends up being Season 2, if it ends up technically being Season 1 like it's supposed to be, it's going to be really annoying because there's other shows that they have in here that says they're seasons, but this one they didn't put a season name for,
Yeah.
which is very weird.
It's very cheating kind of way, because then a bunch of goobers are going to be like, whoa, well, Crunchyroll, they can't be stupid. They wouldn't just put Season 1 up there.
Yeah.
They would, no.
But on to the next category. We're both 0 for 0 right now.
Oh, yeah.
Best anime opening sequence.
Let's see. I said One Piece, whichever one that was.
Us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you said Dandadan.
Yeah, Dan and Dan was the winner of that one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll take a point for that, please.
Yes. Let's see, I don't want to do this. Yeah, I'll put up. Let's do this.
All right. Best anime score.
Score. Sorry, here we go. I missed the line, so it screwed me up. Best anime score. I said Demon Slayer. You said Freerun.
Oh, nice. And the winner is Solo Leveling.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
I know.
That doesn't even make any. Demon Slayer, crap season, has amazing music.
Yeah,
I think
we
that's
talked
actually one of the things we complimented about this show when we were hate watching it pretty much. And Freerun was magical. Solo Leveling is not magical. There's nothing that interesting in the score in Solo Leveling. I hate this.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
Continue on.
Okay. Best anime song.
I said Dandadan, whichever one they have there for that, and then you also said Dandadan.
We are both correct.
All right. What's the anime song for Dandadan? Was it just the opening?
The opening. Yeah.
Cool.
both get a
I'll
point
mark
for
that
that.
as correct.
All right. This one must protect at all cost.
I said we both said Anya Forger. That's our Anya Forger category.
Jin Woo. No, I'm just kidding. It's Anya.
Oh yeah, I'm about to lose my shit.
As we say, as this is our third year of doing this, as long as Anya's in as long as Anya's in it, it's her category.
Yep, facts. Yeah.
So it's nice.
Forger.
Okay. Okay. Best supporting character.
Let's see. I said Himmel from Freerun, and you said Senshi from Delicious in Dungeon.
We are both incorrect. It is Fern, which is
That's not terrible. I did remember. Yeah, I remember this category because both Himmel and Fern were on there. We were like, oh, 2 from there. That makes sense though.
Yep. So it was one of those.
That's fine. That's okay.
Not upset
That's
about
okay.
that one.
That's okay. I'm okay with that one.
Yeah.
Actually, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very important character in the show.
Yep. Then we have best main character.
We both went with Kafka Hibino.
Yeah, it's a really fun one. There's also in the winner, Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling.
People are so
beat Freerun, Kafka, Akarun, Momo.
Guys, he's nothing. He is a wooden.
Yeah, his personality
plank.
is pretty.
Plague tells jokes. Knock him dead, buddy.
Like, first of all,
he's cool. He's super cool. But he's a wooden plank. He doesn't really grow. He just keeps getting stronger and more arrogant.
and I'd also like to point out, if you're listening or watching, and this is the only podcast you've watched us on YouTube or listened to, we are big fans of Solo Leveling.
Yes,
We are
love
huge
the
fans.
show. Like,
we think Solo Leveling season 1 was good.
Yeah.
But Season 2 is incredible.
So season 2 was the hype that everyone said it was going to be, and more.
Yeah, we already were like, oh, it's going to be anime of the year and all this kind of stuff. So like, don't take this as like we're anti-Solo Leveling fans. But if this is based off of Solo Level Season 1, which it was,
yes,
it shouldn't be winning all these kind of things. And also, even if it was based off of Season 2 also, his character is still not as good as Freerun's or...
he's not inspiring
Kafka,
anyone. His power is inspiring people, but he is doing nothing. He doesn't even know what's going on half the time. He's just trying to level up, and then everything's falling to his lap sometimes. Like,
all right, so did we say something for Best Slice of Life anime?
No, we skipped that one.
Okay, it was just a... My Ken, Too Many Losing Heroines. Never watched it, don't really care.
Sure.
Best drama anime.
We both said Freerun.
And that is correct.
Thank goodness. Thank God. Okay, cool, good. That makes sense.
Then there's Best Isekai anime.
Oh, we both said ReZero.
That is correct.
Good. Oh, I'm really happy.
A lot of people were upset about this
Okay.
one.
I'm really happy with the community for that one then.
I was glad about that. A lot
Yeah.
of people were like, how did Mushoku Tensei or Konosuba or Shangri-La Frontier, which isn't an isekai, and the time I got reincarnated as a slime, lose? And I was like, because ReZero rocks.
Because ReZero was awesome. ReZero has been amazing since it dropped like a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I already craved the next season.
Yeah.
I craved it at the end of the last season and the season before that. And thank God I didn't watch it when it came out, because a 5-year gap in seasons would make me want to die.
Yeah, I watched it when it
Even
came
though
out.
I think the second season had that too.
This is a while back, so it was like you just expect that out of anime, where it's just like you get a season, then you're
it's
just
like
like
maybe
we'll get another.
Maybe Black Clover one day.
Yeah. All right. So best. What's the score at? I should just be
Okay.
one ahead of you. I think. No, it
Yeah.
should be two. No, one ahead.
No,
of you.
you're one ahead of me. I have the way I've been going off it. I have 0 points right now. You have 1.
Oh, it's smart.
Just because everything we get, everything we miss
Cancels
is
each
0.
other out. I like
Everything
that
we get
strategy
together is
anyways.
0. So
Yeah.
you currently have 1 point. I have 0.
All right. Best action anime.
We both said Kaiju number 8. Nah, I know we're gonna. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
It's solo leveling.
Yeah, at least this one had a
Yeah,
chance to
yeah.
fight in that
I
one.
think we
don't,
even
I don't
said
hate
like
this category
Icarus,
too
like
much.
fine, but
Yeah,
but we
and the
we also
snake.
did that thing too where we actually we were picking what we thought was gonna win this actually,
Yeah,
and what we kind of liked at the same time. So
yeah. We were
All
still
right.
with our gun on that one, with our gun on it. But I'm not unhappy solo leveling won that. I don't think it really deserved it. But obviously, it's one of the, it's not that's one not one of those egregious categories. That's like
No.
that was anyone's fight.
Yeah, I mean, here are the other ones. Bleach, Dan to Dan shouldn't have been in it.
No.
Demon Slayer shouldn't have been in it.
No.
Kaiju number 8 available. Windbreaker, which is like just regular dudes fighting each other. So
Yeah.
whatever. All right, best comedy anime.
I said Delicious in Dungeon. You said Spy X Family.
We were both incorrect, but it was Mashal.
Oh, is it solo leveling?
It was Mashal. Yeah, I know. It was Mashal, which is fine.
Yeah, that's also fine.
Yep.
That's also fine. Mashal was great.
Mashal's
Mashal was
good.
great. Mashal was
Yeah.
great. I loved Mashal.
Spy X Family, I think, got absolutely boned for being in this year when it came out like a year and a half.
Yeah, that was stupid. I remember when they did this, like the same thing they did with solo leveling, and we were bitching about it last Anime Awards. Like you're throwing Spy X Family an entire year forward. That's so annoying. Like just do a regular year, guys.
Yep.
But anyways, continuing on. We skipped
best-
romance.
Okay, we skipped it. Thank you. Best background art.
I said Free Rim. You said Delicious in Dungeon.
You got it correct.
Let's
It is
go.
Frieren.
Ooh,
we're tied now.
Tied now. I'm fine with that. Both those were great picks.
Both great picks.
Free Rim just high fantasy magical looks great. So I'm totally fine with that.
Best director.
I said One Piece. You said One Piece.
As it should be.
no.
It's Kichijiro Saito for Frieren.
Oh, okay. I don't hate that. Not solo leveling, which is good.
You know what One Piece it was, though?
What was it? Wano?
It was One Piece fan letter.
You serious?
Oh, I do hate that then.
Yes.
I do hate that a lot.
Yes.
I really hate that.
Yeah, One Piece fan letter is better than Frieren.
One Piece fan letter, the singular episode broke Crunchyroll, which happens a lot, but Free Rim I don't think did that at all.
No. So
I don't like this.
Yeah,
That was a bad category. That was a
The
bad
thing is,
one.
you're just like, okay, it's not solo leveling, fine. That's how I felt. But I was just like, when I was like, One Piece fan letter, no, that should definitely win.
Yeah, that's insanity. That's insanity.
Yep.
We're doing really bad. This is our worst year of picking Anime
Oh,
Awards ever.
there's reasons because
Yeah.
everyone who voted is an idiot.
Apparently.
Best character design.
Let's see. I said Delicious in Dungeon. You said Delicious in Dungeon.
Dan to Dan.
I remember us talking about this. Like, I don't hate that. I don't love that, though. Like, it's kind of just whatever. Delicious in the Dungeon has way better characters and character designs, but at least Dan to Dan's
I don't
different.
understand this category. I just don't. Like when people are like, it's like best character design, and then like the most typical anime will win just because people like it, and I'm just like, I like. Prime example is like I think if we were paying attention to more like best character design, if like Ranking at Kings was in there, I'd be like, oh yeah, their character
Yeah,
design is really
really diverse,
And
different,
just 'cause-
unique characters.
yeah, diverse different doesn't always mean better, but
No.
that one it was.
That one was. Yeah.
So
I
it's
don't know.
like Delicious Dungeon kind of offered that. Dan to Dan actually isn't a terrible choice for this one because
No.
it's like Frieren, Kaiju number 8 maybe because
I
it's a little turn, but
yeah,
like
but Kaiju number 8, they're all sort of this. They're
Yeah.
all sort of this powerhouse.
and Demon
statement.
Slayer's already
That's
been
why-
there, so it's like
That's why I kind of am fine with it. That's why
Yeah.
I'm fine with this because like Dan and Delicious in Dungeon both have very like each character, not only just the way they look, but also in the way they act are very distinct and different. So I'm okay with this, but
so still tied.
still tied.
Best animation.
I went with Dan and Dan. You went with Free Rin.
And it was Demon Slayer training arc.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Those 3D paper airplanes? Are you kidding me?
One episode. One episode.
One episode.
What are we talking about? Kajimori has multiple
Are
action
you
sequences that
people
are incredible.
stupid?
Frieren
Like-
has literally. You look back, I'm like, Frieren's animation is insane.
It's in me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still rewatching fights
Yes.
from that. Fern's demon fight was friggin' a
that
masterpiece.
one like 5-minute fight in Demon Slayer, and they're like, "This is it."
That's so cool. Dude, this is awesome.
Did you see
What
those CGI airplanes?
What
Paper
even
airplanes?
what even 5-minute fight? It was just Muzen getting blown up, and they're all running at him, and they all fall into
Well,
the damn.
the one Earth Hashira. I think that's what he's called. I can't remember his name. He does like the big spinning move.
Yeah, that was
is really
5 seconds. That was one attack.
cool. Okay,
that
5
was
seconds.
one
Yeah,
attack.
the 5-second
Yeah,
fight.
5-second fight. That was one attack that he did. And
Yeah,
you-
but remember Muzen walked really slow?
Oh yeah, for an entire. Oh my
He's just standing there, menacingly.
goodness, that's stupid. I actually think I hate that more than than a lot of the other ones.
Yep.
I really hate that.
That's
That's like
terrible.
egregious. That's egregious. Like,
Yep.
what else was in that category? Does it say?
We got Dan to Dan,
Mm-hmm.
which, that's whatever. Delicious in Dungeon, could have beat. Yep.
Yeah.
Frieren, absolutely could have beat.
Yep.
Kaiju number 8, absolutely could have beat.
Yep.
And Soul Leveling, which could have beat it. Even season 1, that fight with the Egress.
Are people high? Like, I don't. This. I like this is like Soul Leveling. Whatever. You're confused that it's not season 2, or you actually think that about season 1. Whatever. This is objectively wrong.
People actually think that about season 1 for sure.
Like,
They group.
Yeah.
They're grouping also.
oh, 100%. Yeah, but this about Demon Slayer is objectively
Oh, yeah.
incorrect. Like, it's not. They didn't do anything. They didn't animate it. It was
I know.
all like it was CG half the time because
I
it was just
know.
them doing running sequences,
It's
which is
so
fine.
bad.
But that's all it was.
Yeah, remember he pushed the rock.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Anyways, let's
And he
move
had
on.
to do the splits.
That's fine. There's reasons. Best original anime. Did we put anything for that?
No, skip that, and we skip new series.
Okay,
because
the only reason I
new
want-
series is a bullshit category.
All the other thing I want to say about best original anime is Ninja Kamui won, and that anime
Oh, it's
sucks.
a horrible anime.
It's-
Watch as Lazarus sweeps next year.
Best new series was Solo Leveling. Best
Okay.
best continuing anime
All right,
series.
this one we did something. We did One Piece, obviously. It's the
Obviously.
One Piece award.
It is the One Piece Award. That's why Demon Slayer Trading Arc won it. I'm not kidding. Here are the options in that category: Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War, My Hero Academia, Season 7, Spy X Family, Season 2, Oshinoko, I don't really care about that, but Season 2, and One Piece. And what wins that category? What is the most egregious award on this list? This one right here. Demon Slayer, Hashira Training Arc beat all those animes.
How? Like, I did, like, this is beyond stupid. Like, how? It doesn't make sense. Everyone, not even like,
Your brain's breaking.
it is
I
breaking.
knew.
It is breaking. Because I remember people
can't
even,
believe
they rated this low in general. IGN rated this low, I'm pretty sure. And they suck at rating.
I saw that. I was like, "Oh, this can't be true. It's 100% true."
This doesn't make any sense. This
Hashira Training Arc, which is objectively a bad arc of an anime. Like, it is not good.
Yeah.
And we are Demon Slayer defenders. Obviously, Demon Slayer has fallen off with that arc, and the ending of the Swordsmith Village arc wasn't really great either.
Yeah.
But we are still very pumped for the movies and all that kind of
yes,
stuff
and
like
we'll
that.
go see those, yes.
We will see them and everything like
Coming
that.
in July.
However,
I think.
that arc is bad, and I don't even care if it's Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village arc. One Piece
I know.
is One Piece.
Yeah.
One Piece is One Piece.
That's what it is. This category is built for One Piece. We have a whole in the original and the previous video. We talk about this. How this entire category is just designed for One Piece, because they can't put it as Anime of the Year
'Cause it
awards
win every
because it
year.
win every year. But clearly, it's not. This is insane.
Listen.
is this the year? Wait, was this also the year that like Gear 5 happened and everything?
Technically, I think it's basing it off of Egghead.
Which is still Egghead,
I
which
know.
is still amazing.
Still amazing. It is incredible.
Yeah, exactly. I don't.
Before the 6 months break, and great stuff was happening.
it was
the Rob Lucci fight,
Oh, the Rob Lucci fight.
the Seraphins fights,
the Harmony Impact. No,
Galaxy
Honesty Impact. Galaxy Impact. Honesty
yeah,
Impact.
Honesty
Yeah,
Impact,
it's
yeah.
like it was out of control. And this bullshit one. This
Yes.
is the worst. This is like, obviously I'd be mad about anything other than One Piece winning this category, but I'm furious.
Now,
About this.
yeah.
This
that's
doesn't
what I
make
think.
sense.
Okay, For a second, let's just imagine that One Piece isn't the greatest anime and close to being one of the greatest fiction ever told.
Yeah.
So we'll just remove that from this for like a second. And obviously, we're huge One Piece homers. I think we've talked. That's like beyond Lord of the Rings. It's like our favorite fiction ever.
It works its way into every podcast.
Yeah, we love. I mean, it's all over our podcast.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Now let's just remove it from the category.
It's not this category anymore.
Remove it from the category because One Piece is so good.
What were the other options?
My Hero Academia season 7.
The only
thing it was nominated for.
Got nominated for.
And season 7 kicks ass.
Spectacular.
It's so good.
It's better than a lot of the anime that were in these awards.
But no, the training arc was better.
Of course. Oh, somehow I just missed the absolute beauty of the Swordsmith training arc against My Hero's, just culmination of
You
7
think Bakugo's
seasons.
dead.
Yeah.
Like,
You think Bakugo's dead. You have these insane, sick fights. They're animated better than a lot of stuff in Demon Slayer.
you get One for All
coming back
and
to
like being
life.
and us gushing over what a great fantastic villain he is.
You have All Might's fight with him.
kind of. Oh no, you do have that
Yeah.
fight. Yeah, you do.
It's
yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
You have the I am here scene, and it was like, oh,
You have so much good stuff. But paper airplanes.
Paper airplanes
Paper
so
airplanes,
much
man.
better. Them just swinging swords around kids strapped to wooden boxes
Yeah.
or beams, whatever.
And
That's great.
for the water mist kid or whatever, how we got it like really long about his personality and stuff like that in the Swordsmith Village. Let's just do that again.
Yeah.
Let's just do it again.
Let's do it again. No
don't
problem.
need-
It's whatever.
Talk to
And
Jutsu with that, yeah.
yeah, they'll do paper airplanes. You won't even really train there. They'll also
Yeah.
have a good day.
And you know how you really didn't get I can't remember what the Love Hashira
Love Hashira,
really
yeah.
in Swordsmith Village. What we'll do is we'll not use her really in this either.
Not really, no. She'll teach them ballet
Mm-hmm.
and flexibility, and not how her body's made of concrete. Like, no, let's not worry about
And
that.
haven't watched Bleach 1000 Years of Blood War, but it's
but
Bleach.
I've seen
so.
the scenes from it. It looked
And Spy Family Season 2 was incredible.
It was
so how dare you put that in this? It was a disaster. First of all, I love your reaction that you had because I was I was waiting for this because I was like, you seen anything else? And you're like, no. I was like, your brain literally broke when
It
I
did,
said
yeah.
it. You're like, because and you're like, One Piece. Oh yeah, One Piece. Blah, blah. And I was like, if I said anything else, you would have been like, we would have been up in arms.
Yeah.
But I was like, they picked the,
the
worst thing
category. It makes it feel like this was like someone just trolling us. Like
It really
makes
does.
it feel like there was like some Russian bot that was just like, I'm gonna piss off everyone around the world and just do this.
I just feel
Some,
like
no, Chinese bot because China hates anime, hates Japanese
Yeah,
anime.
maybe. I feel like even if you liked that season of Demon Slayer, which you'd be insane, but even if you did, because you're just like, I just really like Demon Slayer. Even if you did and you didn't watch anything else, you shouldn't have voted.
Yeah,
Like you should have just been like, you know what? I've never seen One Piece.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
like-
and even if you are gonna vote on the thing you like, I literally cannot fathom enough people looking at this category and being like, I liked Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village, so Hashira training arcs. I'm gonna vote that. I can't fathom enough people actually picking that. I wonder if people just like a lot of people didn't vote this year, so the same like 4 weebs sat down and just voted every day, which is a dumb system. You'll only be allowed to vote once for the entire year.
I was gonna get to that. Is like, yeah, you should only be able to vote once. I think the One Piece fans who usually are very aggressive online, I think they just like all voted like once on this, thinking like,
I only voted once.
yeah, well,
that's
just
fair,
thinking
yeah.
like obviously One Piece
Yeah,
is
it's
gonna
good.
win. This is
Why would you?
ridiculous. Honestly, the One Piece hate online is getting out of control.
Kind of, yeah. It's just because when you're on top, they want to drag you down.
Yeah, we'd never do that clickbait content of hating on One Piece.
No,
No,
wow.
No,
We praise it.
we'll do a thumbnail that looks like we are, but
Oh yeah.
But
On the Gear 5
you'd be a
stuff.
fool
On the Gear 5 stuff, but that's like fair. We are
yeah,
hating,
but
we're hating that for
it,
reasons.
no, but it looks like we're like it ruined the end.
Oh yeah, I
But
didn't
it
remember that. You put a question mark there. It was a question.
Question mark? Yeah,
It was a question. It was a question.
Yeah. But yeah, that to me is the most egregious category.
Yeah, that's the worst thing ever. Yeah.
All right. Global Impact Award. This is not something anyone could vote on.
Okay. Good, because we don't have anything for this.
What anime do you think should win Global Impact Award?
I don't even know. What is this? This award is just for like how well it did around the world.
How much it impacts like the world? Like how much like affect, like if you like the best way I can describe it is like you see like merchandise of it, like people talking about it, blah 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 blah.
Okay, One Piece, but
You would think,
yeah,
but let's just not do One Piece.
Let's take One Piece. Let's take the greatest thing out of there. I would probably say I didn't see any merch for Frieren.
It is based off of the anime in the season, so yes, like in that time frame. So like anime we've
watched
that appeared in that time frame. So I'm not saying
in
like
this pre-run time frame or in the. I'm very confused.
no in the time frame that they pick anime.
I can
from.
see Spy X Family being in there.
Season 2,
I
something
know.
like that.
I know this is gonna be a horrible take the way you started this. So
What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Spy X Family because everyone loves Anya. I see a bunch of shit. about
Now
her.
that's insane. Obviously, it's final season Attack on Titan, the final chapter.
Oh, I'm not that surprised by that. Bad take.
I
Terrible
think they
take.
just gave it to it
Probably
because
but
they
also-
didn't want to put it in anything else. Wait, did I not do best movie?
You did not. We have it on here.
Oh, that's because the next category.
Yeah, but like One Piece, not One Piece. We like One Piece. Attack on Titan fans are still standing for it online. Like they're still like
Yeah, but
big
they're not
time
as big
there.
as- they're falling off.
Yeah, but I think that's because then the show's over. But I think when it dropped, everyone was still like, "Whoa, Aaron Yeager stuff." I still see
that's
Attack
true.
on Titan shit every now.
You
and again.
do, and as you can see how that's not a good show because its lasting power is starting to fall. I don't know if you noticed that. Like Naruto's lasting power has never fallen, and or like
It's amazing.
Attack on Titan's power is starting to fall because when you go back and look at it, you're like, oh, this is not great. Right?
No, it's not great. You extended the fourth season into 4 parts of a fourth season, and they were all bad.
So I think with this, they didn't know if they could put the final thing as a movie
Mm.
or a series. So they're just like, we'll just give it an award for global impact, which is a stupid award to begin
That's a
with.
dumb word, especially because you can't vote on it.
Yeah, it was one of those things. We've said on this podcast specifically, we're not big fans of award shows and stuff like that. The only one I really like is maybe like the NFL honors because that's kind of fun.
Sure.
Because that's where
I'll
MVP,
never watch that.
MVP and stuff comes.
Oh,
So like
okay.
those like offensive player of the year
Gotcha,
kind of stuff.
gotcha,
I kind of like those
gotcha.
ones, I guess. But like beyond that, like they're just like awards shows are dumb, and we're like, oh, the anime awards. And this year, I'm like, the anime awards are terrible.
They are really bad.
All right, best anime film of the year.
But we both picked Spy X Family Code White.
And honestly, Spy X Family Code White, very good. My Hero Academia, You're Next. We did watch that too, very good.
That was really good.
The
too.
one that won
I
was-
probably would have picked the My Hero, but I know specifically we didn't watch it at the time.
We haven't
so
seen it
didn't
yet.
pick
I still would have picked Spy X Family
Oh,
White.
is this World Heroes on there?
No, Look
Your
Back.
Your Next?
Your Next is on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Netflix. We watched that on Netflix.
I know. Yeah. I still would have picked Spy X
still would've
Family
gone
White.
away?
I
Oh,
really
okay.
liked that movie. I thought it was
That's
awesome.
right. It's a really good movie, yeah.
Yeah, and Your Next was really good too. But Look Back one, never seen it. I'm not gonna crap on it.
What was Look Back a continuation of anything, or was it just...
No, it's a
Oh, I've
movie.
never
It's a movie.
seen I've
I don't know.
never seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And then Anime of the Year, which we both got wrong.
We both said free.
Did we tie?
Yeah, we tied.
Well, there's gonna be a manga review where we eat spicy things.
Excellent. Sounds good.
We both picked Frieren, I assume.
Yes, we both picked Freerun.
And the winner of the 2025 Anime Awards was Solo Leveling.
Season 1.
Season 1.
Everybody.
By the way, if we're talking about this and we saw the nominations, here are the nominees: Dan Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, Kaiju Number 8, Solo Leveling, The Apothecary Diaries. We never watched the Apothecary Diaries. So I'm just going to remove that for a second. We literally said on the podcast that Solo Leveling Season 1 is at the bottom of all those animes.
Yeah. Factual.
Dan Dan is better season to season, season 1 versus season 1. Delicious in Dungeon, better season 1. Frieren, better season 1. Kaiju Number 8, better season 1. From Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is the bottom of those ones.
That's so annoying.
It's like, I don't think people are getting mad because they're like, ooh, it was just a popularity contest, which I don't like because sometimes popularity is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like the whole point of our podcast is not to be nerdy gatekeepers,
Yeah.
but the tourists are getting annoying.
Yeah. This one's... The Demon Slayer thing's pretty bad.
That's horrendous.
That one really makes
Solo
me mad.
Leveling, we did say this on the podcast multiple times when we were going over this awards, is that we worry that Solo Leveling is going to win a lot of stuff because it came out, the nominations came out literally like a week after Solo Leveling Season 2 ended.
Which I'll be very interested to see next year because Solo Leveling Season 2 is going to be next year's Anime Awards. And
Well,
I wonder if it's going to be, the recency bias is going to like make it lose more, which will be bad then too, because that is an objectively better season.
Mm-hmm.
And an objectively better, like, it would have beat a lot, like Season 2 would have beaten a lot of things on this list in my mind.
I think Season 2 would tie in my mind with Frieren, maybe.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
But it
I think
beats
I might
the
still
other
go to
ones.
Freerun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably
so
because
it's like,
Frieren's story is just so good.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So like, that's like, and so I'm gonna be mad now if it's not winning stuff next year, depending on what comes out the rest of the year, because people are just like, well, I don't remember that anymore, so man, it's gone now. We already
No,
voted. I voted
I
on it
think it's
last
too
year.
popular. I think it's too popular.
I think that, but recency bias is clearly a thing.
Recency.
Here.
I think yeah.
Or
it
not
is.
clearly a thing. It could be a thing.
It definitely is a thing. I think the problem is what's annoying is like, so I noticed they didn't put season 1 for any season 1s.
I don't know why that's.
But they put season 2s and season 7s
Yeah.
and Hashira training arc and all these. It's like you got to put season 1. It's like, yes, they wanted to get rid of the cores. Get rid of those. That's stupid. I hated it. No one liked that.
That was dumb.
That was dumb
really
because
stupid.
Jujutsu Kaisen was there twice and it was stupid.
That was
It's like technically Jujutsu Kaisen could have been on this.
Yeah.
And they didn't include it because its core 2 came out in the time frame of season 2 or season 3? Season 2.
Season 3.
3. Core 2 came out.
No,
season 2. Core 2 came out in time for this, but they were getting rid of cores, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
But you got to put the season.
Yeah. Is it just like, and it's not that hard to do.
Because if you put Solo Level season 1 and the results all were the same, I'd be even more bad.
I'd be even
I'd be
more into it.
furious.
But I'm not right now. I'm assuming that half people just didn't understand.
I don't. I think a lot. I think we're being nice.
Yep.
I think
Yes.
we're being
I think
nice.
I think we have the
I think a lot of people
cover
didn't
to be nice right now.
I think a lot of people didn't watch Free Run that are so a lot of people are complaining about this too, which is stupid, and this didn't help. But like Free Run isn't a shonen anime, kind of.
Kinda.
I know a lot of people are saying that, but I'm like, it's kind
Cuts a
of.
guy's head off.
I mean,
What do you mean?
well, she's a female. It's like because shonen's technically like young boy. or
Yeah,
whatever,
young
but it's
boy,
like
yeah.
it's literally like the same thing.
It really is. Yeah. I don't understand.
Yeah. Anyways, but like everyone's like, it's like all shonen animes. I was like, first off, fair, because shonen animes rock. Welcome to anime,
Yeah,
idiot.
guys. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's the big selling point of those showing.
They don't realize that every anime winner of the main anime of the year is always going to be like a shonen type anime.
Yeah.
It's always going to be. A
Yeah,
shonen type
because the production that goes into it is insane.
That's why we have best drama, and I just don't like that they don't. Crunchyroll is really bad at their nominations.
They suck.
They just they're like best anime, best new anime, and it's the same categories. Like, what the hell was the point of this?
Yeah, there's no reason to be doing
Yeah,
this.
and they just put things in like wrong.
And like they
spots.
change the categories every year, so I don't understand why they would do like. You're not locked into best new anime or anything like that. Just change. Like if it's all gonna be the same category for you, just ditch the category and find something else.
Yeah, and it's like
Like get a committee on that. I'm sure you guys
Get
want
us
some
on
time.
that.
Yeah, get us on that. We'll do it. We will do it.
I swear that we would be very objective with picking nominees.
Sure, I'd be down for. Yeah, I'd be down for that.
We
I'd
have
watch all the anime.
we have a top 10 best anime of all time, and we have anime on there that we don't like.
True. Yeah, that's factual. Yeah, yeah.
Because we're like, we understand how important it is.
Yes, we understand that. Yeah.
Yes.
Unlike a lot of other weebs out there.
Yeah. They're like, clearly, this is the best anime because of, no one's ever heard of it.
Yeah, but they'll never let normal people do it because they probably are a bunch of weirdos.
At Crunchyroll, 100%.
Yeah.
Or I have a theory that a little bit that I can't remember, is Mappa do solo leveling?
Yeah.
Whoever is in charge of solo leveling, I think greased the wheels a little bit.
You think?
Yeah, I think they did.
Maybe.
Because it just came out with like all the perfect timing and everything like that.
Maybe.
Like,
Yeah.
it was just
I
like,
see what you mean. Yeah.
like Crunchyroll, they extended the awards. Like
That was
the
stupid,
nominees
yeah.
usually come out like earlier, and you
Yeah,
vote
that was
earlier,
dumb,
and all
yeah.
this kind of stuff.
Maybe. Yeah.
I
I
don't
can see
know.
that. Yeah.
Whatever. Would have failed, but
Yeah,
you know what?
absolute fail.
Just because for fun, let's give this awards a ranking out of 10. You trying to give it your score?
I just want to see what we got right here.
I'm gonna give it a. I'll go. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10 because Anya still is queen of that category.
Yeah.
And I worried when I saw all the other ones. I worried that she wasn't gonna be picked, but she got picked.
I'm gonna go 0.5 because the One Piece thing is egregious.
The One Piece thing is horrendous.
The One Piece is like this devalues your entire award ceremony. Like it delegitimizes it.
I
in
like
my
what I
mind.
was like. Oh, yeah, Free Run's best director on. And you're like, oh, okay, over One Piece, like whatever. And I was like, oh no, One Piece fan letter. And you're like, wait a minute.
That's messed up. That's so messed
One
up.
Piece fan letter is the only thing that I don't know if I gave it a 10 out of 10, but I was real close.
It was close. Everyone was giving it a 10 out of 10.
It's amazing.
It is a masterpiece.
So you gave it a 0.5 out of 10
0.5.
for Anime Awards. I gave it a 1 out of 10. Anime Awards, you have failed. Anime community, you have failed.
Yeah.
Do better next time. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.